Hello everyone! Welcome back to Let's Play Path of Exile today. After our last celebratory episode, we were defeated by Kitava, and we are now back here in Lioneye's watch. With so many people to talk to. Let us reintroduce ourselves to everyone, new and old. Let's start with Lily, who brought us here.
Alright, we're safe for the time being.
Yes, we're safe.
Now let me introduce myself properly.
Okay, she's gonna introduce herself properly.
Yep. I'm one of those Roths.
Yeah.
Some call me smuggler, others pirate. Yeah, I
Nautical entrepreneur.
Nautical entrepreneur. Came up with that one.
Actually, the thing about her saying she's one of those Roths is there's a group of people known as the Brine Roths.
Don't think I'd be forgetting that favor.
They are headed by the Roths.
In fact, now I think of it, there's certainly a way you can repay
your
most considerable debt. You see, those blasted cultists have been plundering the refugee ships trying to escape Oriath.
Yes, good job, sea captain.
Skill as a sea captain, we'd have met the same fate. But now the drowned dead are washing ashore.
Man.
And they ain't staying dead.
This sucks.
There's been a whole lot of blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah, let's not let them get ripped apart.
Here in one piece. What sort
of dead here already, anyways.
Them get ripped apart by walking corpses. Wipe the Twilight Strand clean of those filthy.
Okay, the Twilight Strand.
And I'll call us even.
No, we have to actually go to the Twilight Strand and kill every single thing on the beach. Oh, you have something to say about a Whalem Roth, huh?
Whalem Roth. Here. Let me
your
share something
grandpappy,
I remember from
your granddaddy
stories. No sooner had the others turned in fear from the Great White Leviathan did Whalem load the ballista with his final harpoon.
Oh, he was final Leviathan.
He vowed to sea and sky that he and he alone would be the one to finally kill this bastard son of the Brine King. The ballista fired and the harpoon smote that creature right between the ribs as it made to dive back under the angry sea. Thick clouds of blood bloomed beneath the waves, roses flowering in the black water, and impossible though it seemed, the already shadowed ocean grew darker still. He used the bones of the great beast to reinforce the hull of the ship, the Black Crest. Old Rottooth, he's a true legend, a real pirate hero.
Yeah, let's make him proud.
I hope one day my own stories will reach his ears and make him proud of the granddaughter he had to leave behind.
You know Charkley?
Yeah, I knew Tarkley.
Oh, you knew Charkley.
He's got no time for his old bunkmate these days, though. Too gaga-eyed over his lost cause of a fishwife nest.
Fishwife?
Time was, Tarkley and I would smuggle all about the coast of Oriath. Oh, good days they was. Sweet with rum, nothing but the wind and salt in our faces, freedom in our hearts, and the law on our tails. But I could tell he were getting ready to make feet for children's stockings with me, so I cut him loose. Not a spark's chance under the ocean the dreaded Lily Roth's gonna wind up swelling like some drowned carcass. Still, nice to work with
old time's sake.
one more time, just for old time's sake, you know?
What about Bestel?
That scallywag. I reckon Bestel thinks I'd be the kind of lass who'll bed down with any sort of rascal. Not too far off, I guess. He is rather sweet, but not the most comely of figures.
Reminds you of your grandfather.
Actually, it kind of reminds me of my grandfather, Whalem Roth. A poet and scoundrel extraordinaire he be. Bestel's but spittle from the mouth of old Rottooth Roth. Ahem. Bust my blind cheek, said the sailor to the doxy. She sports her dairy treats afar and relishes her moxie. But a fire ship will sink the broken neath the ocean waves. Makes a deadly token, sends Captain.
She's giving us a poem. That's cute. Purchase items from her? Oh. Technically she doesn't do this until after you, for new players. She doesn't let you buy anything until after you complete the Twilight Strand. But you can buy just about every skill gem from her possible. Once you do. The Act 4 skill gems, Act 3, Act 2, 1. Yep, she is the gem fender for the rest of the game, really. Oh, Sin, yeah, you're here.
Despite your best efforts, Beast Slayer, a splinter of hope remains. The very seed that brought my beast.
Yes, I'm glad a splinter of hope remains, despite my efforts.
Never again shall it birth a life so magnificent as the beast. The residue of that power still lingers. Enough to give us a fighting chance against the
Really, you think so?
How do we obtain the Stark Ember? 3 hearts were silenced.
What?
3 hearts must sing again, one last time. In that final flickering of life, our savior's seed.
There's that magic number 3 again.
All I need are 3 fine souls with which to stoke the flames.
No, you want me to go after these 3 again?
Inquisitor Maligaro, Doldre, the Dark Tongue.
They were freed?
Of near unfathomable resilience and vigor, freed with the beast's
lovely.
exhalation. So let us begin the harvest.
Oh yes, let us go kill Chevron in her own home. I hate Chevron so much.
She sincerely deserves.
Axiom Prison is where she made Brutus into what he became. Of course, we dealt with Brutus, so it should be easy enough to just deal with her.
If she is to be of any use to us, the Umbra's spirit must be wrenched from her mortal manifestation and lashed to our greater cause. That is your task. For my part, I shall negotiate the terms of her cooperation. With a tragic kiss and lasting embrace, her essence shall pass into me as if she were a sweet breath from the mouth of my lover. It is a sacrosanct sacrifice for all involved.
Yes, we will kill. Kill. I kill you.
You clearly do best.
Silence, I kill you.
Ambition is the bane of mortality. It was through ambition that we gods transcended the thick mud and thin blood of our mundane birthrights. Ambition that drove us to sustain our divine selves through the subjugation of others. Chevron's soul is made up of 1 part ambition and 2 parts raw, unbounded passion.
Yeah, the beast shard. You want us to bring that beast back to life for just 1 second. I'm sure this will go well. What about the Rise of the Gods?
Simply, for in truth, everything comes down to the simple act of planting a seed in the ground. The gods are rising because you slew the one creature that prevented them from doing so.
Oh, really?
Your name for it is the beast.
So it was like a Volantia thought.
Beneath Highgate, who nurtured it, who watched it bloom into maturity, even as I succumbed to its mollifying powers.
You succumbed to its sleep powers too.
We were driven into slumbering darkness, to dream away eternity whilst the gentle beast watched over us. I would desire that we return to that blissful state.
Oh, really?
My brothers and sisters of deism shall never submit to banishment. They have tasted freedom once more.
I guess Witchy here is going to do what she's doing best.
Until it is pried from their cold, dead
and learned how to slay a god. Become Godslayer. Godslayer beat Witchy.
The beast was never a cruel master. It didn't want to destroy, to corrupt, to terrorize. It simply existed to exist. I made it that way. Unfortunately, in neglecting to provide ambition, I made it vulnerable to the ambitions of others.
So those people are the one that made this Wraeclast twisted beast it was?
Chittis and Malachi. Others even before them. I created a beast that would free humanity.
We do that a lot with tools we obtain.
All I really did was provide the perfect tool with which humanity could tyrannize itself.
If only people like Doriani and everyone had figured out that beast was the real thing and what to do with it, with their own ambitions. Darkly.
First we hear that Oriath has lost its bloody mind, and then you turn up.
Yeah, those two events could be connected in some small fashion.
Might be connected. I don't know what's going on out there, and I probably wouldn't understand it.
No, you probably wouldn't understand that whatsoever.
What I do know is this. The world we knew.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Let's not go down with the world.
Have to do our damnedest to make
I won't
sure
go down with
don't
the
go
ship.
With it. Nessa.
Yeah, where is Nessa? She's not here.
Running out across the coast, headed in the direction of the mudflats. Called out to her, but she didn't even turn her head. Maybe she couldn't hear me. Maybe she didn't want to.
Yeah, and the darkened nights in this place could be very dangerous.
I tried to run after her, but she'd vanished
she's
into the
safe.
darkness before my feet had barely touched the sand. So I tracked her, all the way to the mudflats, and that's when her tracks, they just stopped. No sign of meeting someone.
Poor Nessa, I hope she's okay.
No sign of a struggle. It's like one moment she was running, and the next, gone. Look, I've heard some things about what you've done.
Yeah.
Things that beg.
Let's find Nessa. She was a good hope for this town.
Please.
This little Lioneye watch.
Bring her back
town.
to us.
And what do you have to say about Lily? She had a bit to say about you.
I wonder how much Lily squeezed out of those refugees from Oriath. Yes, she did risk her life and ship to save them. But I knew the Lily of old, a damn fine smuggler.
Yeah, I could see her doing that.
Never did a good deed that didn't also turn a profit.
You had a life with Lily, huh?
I had a life before,
before Lioneye's watch.
Not much of one by some people's standards, but it was good enough for me. Lily and I, we'd smuggle a bit of booze to keep our purses full. We were good at it, too. Made us a fine partnership, her quick mind and my steady nerves, right up until the day she left me drunk and trust.
Oh no, she left you behind to be caught.
By the time the blackguards unwrapped their present, she was halfway to Trathus. That's how I ended up here. Yes, it smarts a bit to look at her. But what
you're willing to forgive and forget.
That's nice. Washes up. Never took much stock in the stories Lily told. Didn't sit right. Those full moon sacrifices her and her ilk.
Really, you think so? Because of this Brine King?
But now, in light of everything, I'm obliged to reconsider.
Yeah, don't do that. Even if it is for Nessa.
Spared the attentions of that wretched Brine King. I'd even be inclined to slit a mutineering throat or two myself. Those shambling nobles out there on the strand.
They died a bloody death.
They have to die a bloody death. Rats fleeing a sinking ship. Seems they learned a bit of the hard truth.
Nope, we all face death equally.
Doesn't matter how much money you have, you can't outrun death when it comes for you. Can't say they've actually noticed,
that's cute.
Though.
They're still the same flesh-eating bastards, just a bit more obvious about it now.
Obvious about it now.
Betsol, what about you, buddy?
Now there's a pair
well, you can never forget my eyes, of course, which he has very beautiful eyes, I'm sure.
Are true. Those peepers of yours have seen all the wonders of
yeah, probably not.
Now, and a few things they likely wish they hadn't. Oh, and no need for us to speak of Oriath. My ears are
Oriath kind of went to shit, didn't it?
These wretched companions of yours have been spilling. Now, I'm sure you've noticed that Lioneye's watch has seen better days. Our once bubbling township has
a quagmire.
Become a brooding quagmire of gloom and despair. I blame the unrelenting weather. As you know, I am both a humanitarian and a strong believer in the soul-sustaining
Yeah, we know you're a poet and you know it.
Back when I was still captain of the Merry Gull, many days at sea afforded me time to work on my thespian aspirations.
A theatrical epic.
A one-man show entitled Cedric and the Buxom Stranger. I sealed the manuscript
you think it might still be there?
Of oiled leather and stashed it in the hold for safekeeping.
Yeah, you want to bring some joy back to Lioneye's watch with some live entertainment.
Came to rest. Who knows?
That'd be interesting to see.
Some joy back to Lioneye's watch.
Cedric and the Buxom Stranger, was it? What about Nessa?
Now there's a sorry tale, more miserable than any dirge I've ever heard. Nessa's gone, wandered off into the night, muttering to herself about dancing to his ditty. No, I didn't go after her. In truth, she was gone when I woke up the next morning.
Oh no, she's been murmuring for a while
she
herself.
Muttering, you see, on account of the murmuring she's
been and something about a song. We know how songs are damning in this world.
About him and his song.
Well, with Merveil and her singing.
He is Lily Roth, granddaughter of the legendary Rocktooth Roth. Oh, apologies.
She's marine royalty?
Giddy. It's not any old day you get to meet marine royalty. I mean, you know how I feel about pirates and all, but the Roths have as much in common
as a shark with a
those
goldfish.
sea rats as a shark does with a goldfish. Lily has her granddaddy's blood in her veins. It's plain for all to see. Look
Make no mistake whatsoever. She is a princess of pirates.
That there's a pirate princess.
That's cool.
No mistake.
Glad we met her. And you know something about these old gods?
We live in curious times indeed. A time when old stories are being birthed.
Time when old stories are being birthed anew.
Into our world of dirt and
they're in 3D.
It's all a bit inspiring, really. Hence, I've written a little something. Ancient anecdotes now wake from their beds. looming in our fears, towering above our heads. Age-old lusts and bygone greeds, walking and reeking as humanity bleeds. Rivers of history, lakes of blood. The gods
I don't imagine the gods would really walk through the mud too much.
Cower in the mud.
Even if we were there to stand on.
You won't find a sailor that doesn't whisper a quiet prayer to the Brine King before casting off. In fact, under the maddening radiance of a full moon, the more superstitious
is that what happens on the full moon with these captains? These sacrifices?
Happy.
And yeah, was it a sneeze?
That wasn't a sneeze.
Asmerian name.
That's a fish god's old Asmerian name. It's considered fair luck to speak it on.
Well, Asmerians, as we know, became the Eternal Empire. And also the Riverway encampment. Forest encampment.
You'll not find a more renowned pirate as Whalem Rocktooth Roth. In times when Fairgraves was still a whelp earning his sea legs.
Yeah, the Black Crest. We heard about that. Sounds like an awesome name.
Ship, the Black Crest. It's said he built it himself, lining its hull with the bones of some
harpoon and a bottle of rum.
Slew with nothing but a harpoon and a bottle of rum. Never was there a more nimble, more ferocious.
That guy's got an awesome looking bear.
Like that Leviathan spirit still lived and breathed in its timbers. No one sighted Rot.
Been missing for 20 years
or more. But I know where the Black Crest is.
Oh no.
The ship graveyard, no less.
You think?
Seems that Whalem Roth might have had his last.
Man, I wonder how many of those sounds that I killed were part of his bloodline. Well, that's all for the normal people, but however, we have these people here.
Now that we've a chance to talk without explosives and monsters around us, I'm Gwennon. Luck is my game, but it's
your game, but it's no game.
It's deadly serious. You have to
believe you're going to win. Yes.
Or you won't.
Belief.
That's the nature of this life, understand? It is what you make of it. So when you gamble with me, know that it's your fault if you lose. You just didn't believe hard enough.
So that's an interesting tidbit of life for her. What about these other people? Introduction.
The name's Tujin.
Yes, I do have an aura of darkness.
The aura of darkness. Glad to work with you. That's just the kind of temperament this Wraeclast demands.
Okay.
I'm Rog.
Now, these people aren't really telling us who they are too much, but maybe once we get to their boss here, he'll tell us a little bit more. This is their supporter, far from combat. He likes the support from.
Watch out for spiders.
Well met.
His introduction is yes, we're very skinny.
But you've made it this far. Clearly, you must have some talent. Care to lend your skills to a matter of honor?
Yes, of course, maybe. What's your matter of honor?
We are of the Kelgar.
The Kelgar.
Ours is an existence spent scrabbling in the muck and mire of mortal life in search of.
They're like archaeologists and adventurers.
Some find it on the battlefield. Some find it in service. Others volunteer to sail to the edge of the
they're looking for renown.
Impossible quest.
Not just like relics, but
determine what we are and what we become. Echoes to legend.
They're looking to become legendary. But they have runes in their armor.
Capture and shape starlight.
That shape starlight?
Fooled. The smiths of the Kelgar turned these runes towards killing work long ago. As soon as they discovered they could compel arrows to find their mark and blades to bite deeper. The greatest smiths became known as artificers and produced work of singular genius. There weren't many such relics. But there didn't need to be.
So basically what these four are Kelgar people looking to make their name in the business. And what their business is... Well, Gwendolyn mentioned it a little bit. She was mentioned explosives and monsters. They like to look around for ancient people and their doohickeys. Not doohickeys, but
here for a deal?
If I talk to Gwendolyn here, the Druids of the Broken Circle.
I'm honor bound to discover the fate of Medvid and the Druids.
They want to find out
Circle.
about these 4 groups of people that lived here in Wraeclast a little bit.
The future by peering into the past. Hypothetically, that's a power I'd very much like to have for reasons of chance and profit. But I'm not sure I want it to be true.
And that's Medved, not Medjed.
Right, and time truly is a circle. Aren't we all doomed to repeat our lives over and over for eternity? If that is the truth, then there is no luck.
She doesn't want
no
time
chance,
to be a circle.
No human will. All life
She doesn't like stage plays repeating over and over again.
Over and over. I don't think I like that notion.
She wants chance and willpower and everything to...
His final fate was unknown.
Yeah, what do you know about this guy?
I do know he cast off his peaceful ways and trained with 2 powerful axes.
He cast off his peaceful ways and trained with 2 powerful axes.
We see that the dead rise here on Wraeclast. If Medved is still out there, he'll be extremely dangerous.
Okay.
Conserve your luck and use it against him if you find him.
Why do you believe so much in luck?
During the failed rebellion, I once called out
failed rebellion?
my heart. An arrow was arcing through the air. My arm was pinned, and I knew I couldn't get out of the way in time. I was a dead woman. But luck answered my earnest request.
Whoa.
Another arrow, also on a murderous path, hit the first.
Yeah, that is lucky.
And both were diverted, landing on either side of me instead.
You found something to believe in for a good reason.
That chance itself was a real force in this world.
You mentioned a failed rebellion.
I didn't say that.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Nope, I did not. Well, what do you have to say about your friends?
We've campaigned together for many years. It's taken a great toll on him, but he soldiers on. I don't know how
he's more machine than man.
Honestly.
No, metal.
He'll be more metal than man.
Not machine. What's a machine?
He's a sweetheart. Have you seen the figurines he carves? The 4 of us use them to play this delightfully strange game he came up with. I love
so many dice rolls.
So many dice rolls, and
sounds like he made chess with dice. That'd be an interesting little game.
Our intrepid leader believes in a world better than the one that truly is. He doesn't see
heroes, grandiose myths.
He sees heroes. He sees grandiose myths and world-changing bravery.
That's sweet. She wants to live in the world he sees.
I want to live in the world he sees.
That's cool.
Even if I know it isn't real.
What about all these gods walking around?
Never heard of gods, but I know I wouldn't put my faith in them, even if they came to my doorstep with an army.
She's solidified her beliefs where they stand.
My beliefs where they belong.
She's never heard of gods, so she's not gonna do anything at all, have anything to do with them.
Hail.
Now, basically, why I'm talking to these people in kind of this manner is because the manner you find these people are Gwendolyn first, Tujen second, Rog third, and Danig fourth. That's kind of their hierarchy of finding them. And they all have a, in particular, group that they're searching for, with all this digging and excavation they do, with the explosives and everything.
Their founder, a particularly heroic warrior by the name of
Oriath,
shares ties to my bloodline. Before I can
warrior with ties to your bloodline.
Find out what happened to her.
Yeah, that'd be nice to find out what happened to her.
She was a fearsome and irrepressible warrior. King Cadogan III tried to mandate her service to the crown, but she laid flat every man sent to bring her in. Eventually, he realized that she couldn't be controlled, and he gave her a mercenary charter instead.
Oh.
Given the freedom to operate the way she wanted.
Okay, maybe these people aren't just random groups of people that they're looking for, but actually old Kelgar they're looking for, they're digging for.
Her fate here on Wraeclast was unknown, but I have a feeling.
Ooh, a legendary fight. Sounds like something we would be able to give.
A spirit like that never goes down without a legendary fight.
Give an old spirit a good hand with.
Many a campaign would have failed if not for his logistical skills. We've trekked through mud, rain, snow, and sand.
Wow.
And yet,
that sounds cool.
Out. It's the true basis of war, mind you. Logistics.
You've eaten heartily throughout sand and snow and wind and tide, and wow, that's amazing.
She's a distant cousin of mine, so I do what I can to protect her. Got some weird ideas about the world, though. Thinks belief can shape events.
Oh, interesting.
If it could, we wouldn't have been defeated during...
Well, what is this last campaign you are mentioning? This rebellion. What about the
We're
Kelgar?
a proud
Yeah.
people, but aren't they all? Difference is, we labour against the grim realities of life through the judicious application of bravery and courage. One's lineage carries an ongoing tally of renown and accomplishment. We
definitely
do this
hoping
for ourselves, but for our children.
I know not everybody hopes for that, but
he's open.
It's good to do.
He's a good man. A man of two worlds. Part aspiring dreamer.
Part aspiring dreamer and cynical realist.
I'll follow him to the ends of the world, which you know, because I already have.
So you guys are from long ways away, huh, aren't you? From the ends of the world. Of course, we're the end of the world to you.
Hail.
And Rog is looking for the Order of the
Bound
Chalice.
by honour to discover the fate of Uhtred and the Order of the Chalice. I'll trade you for any relics that you find with their marks.
Primary priesthood and religious order that went with the initial ships to Wraeclast.
Religious order that went with the initial ships to Wraeclast.
Interpreted the stars. That's nice to do.
Workings of mysterious forces such as alchemy, machinery, and runes.
Quite the idea of being sequestered in a laboratory.
I quite like the idea of spending my days sequestered in a
He speaks very properly, doesn't he? What about this Oted?
Thousands of years ago, the last news coming back to the homeland painted Uhtred in quite the negative light. Some called him a traitor, but the details were sparse and confused.
Thousands of years ago.
I'm here to clear
Wow,
his
these
name
spirits and orders
or
are from
condemn him.
thousands of
Truth
years.
stands above all.
It almost sounds like we're dealing with your gods here for you.
He's as loyal a friend as
If we were to ever find them.
He would never admit this, but all his scars and injuries are the result of diving in to take a blow for one of us.
Wow.
By all rights, Gwenin should be half mauled, and I should be missing a
Jeez.
leg. But Tujen leapt between. I only
Man,
feel safe
Tujen's a
enough to
beast.
do my job because he's around.
A paladin beast.
She'll never lie to you, Exile.
Oh, sweet. She never
Take that
lies.
as you will. Our charismatic leader is a man worthy of his position. He takes the front, the lead. I prefer to support things from a safe distance, and he, great man that he is, lets me do it. I've been on my fair share of quests and campaigns, and they keep trying to arm me and train me for fighting, telling me it was the only way I would find renown.
The world's
But
first
I
famous
aim to
supply
be the world's
master.
first famous supply
There's a
master.
Fire Emblem game kind of a lot about that.
Say. He brought food and drink and equipment forth so promptly and so consistently, it amazed the warriors on both sides.
Yeah, that
and
is a good
helped win
dream.
The day.
A worthy dream. He's a
That
good friend,
tells
of
me that
course.
This is a worthy dream.
That's
to
nice.
pursue. He's a good friend. Don't drink the water.
Hail!
And to finish off with Danig,
I believe that you believe that these colored gems give you power, Exile. I've handled one of them, even tried to
Really?
activate it the way that local Tarkly described, but it didn't do a damn thing. Call me a skeptic,
that's interesting.
but to me,
So the gems do nothing for
seems
you,
like
but they
the
do
power
something for
was
us.
inside you
Or maybe
all
it seems to
along.
be us doing something for the gems.
I've never heard of this gods thing before setting foot here, but I know of at least one man who would fancy himself a god. Best we not mention
really?
divinity to those back home.
What about your Knights of the
My
Sun
quest
that you're looking
is to
for?
investigate the Knights of the Sun and acquire
Investigate
their
the Knights of the
relics.
Sun and acquire the rugs.
I'm willing to trade other less important relics for theirs. The most powerful artifact in our known tales was brought to this continent by the first expedition thousands of years ago.
Most powerful
The
artifact.
songs tell of it incinerating evil,
Incinerating evil.
purifying tainted fields,
Purifying tainted
and warding off
fields.
those of ill intent.
I wonder.
Could
That
certainly
sounds
use
familiar,
a
doesn't
relic
it?
like that now in these troubled times. But to find it, we'll have to retrace the
Oh, yes,
steps
let us
of
retrace those
long
steps.
ago souls.
Triskelian's
Only they can tell
flame.
us the Triskelion Flame's unknown fate.
Well, now to get into the fashion of what these people do, they like to exchange these relics that we find buried in their fields, that they help us dig up, and trade them for items, or well, we trade the artifacts for items like Gwendolyn here. All these items she trades us for. When we trade the artifacts to her for, like, say, this bone armor, it has a chance, get it a chance, of not being a white item, but of being a blue, a yellow, or a unique item. Because she is basically a free orb of chance shop. And I think all the items she sells are items that have a chance of becoming unique items. Instead of just being normal items.
What do you need?
Chujin, he haggles for currency he's picked up. You trade him artifacts from the Black Scythes for anything he has in his little page here. And to haggle for them, because he likes to haggle, you can offer him either all of your all your artifacts. I don't know why you would, because that's... Or not just all of the artifacts, but the full cost of the artifact. Or you can haggle and kind of negotiate, say, hey, can I buy this from you for a lower price?
You're pushing a bit
pushing it far, huh? Okay, sounds fair. How about 30? Yeah, seems reasonable. And that's how you trade items with him. Grog is very interesting. People love him. Say... Yeah, say this. Okay, let us try it. I'm going to initially buy for the cost of 21 greater order, which would be these ones. But when I buy from him, he goes, well, hold on a minute. Maybe you would like me to make it a little bit better for you.
Allow me to take my
ruined hammer to this thing's tail end. Can't get any worse. Right? Oh, so he's an artificer. So he has the chance of rolling... Basically doing orb crafting, to where he rolls the different doohickeys. I keep saying doohickeys. The stats. The tiers of the stats. All these little stats that we have here. To where he can re-roll them.
Could do wonders for this product's overall quality. Ever put a drop of black chimera,
and you can just keep trading him
things front end. I could knock some of its enchantments about a bit.
Artifacts for re-rolling all these stats on the
front end. I could knock some of its enchantments about a bit.
On the item. You can also choose to skip, but the next cost will be 50% higher. And you cannot skip twice consecutively, otherwise you will just plain take the item.
I recently received a full shipment of rare
or not even skip, you can choose to upgrade or just take the item.
Go for gold, so to speak. Allow me to take my ruined hammer to this thing's tail end. Can't get any worse, right?
Ooh, I don't want to do that. This might be an okay replacement. No, it's not. So I'll upgrade. I'll try rolling.
A small etched rune could have a beneficial effect here.
Okay. Let's try it. Oh, looks like that was the last thing we could do for it. And it's okay. Not great. Not a good replacement for this because I want evasion on my rings. Although I don't see why I would specifically, since specifically right now, the evasion energy shield mastery is not effective. But this is a very good ring. It has 24 energy shield and 55 life on it. I like that. Whereas this adds a lot of damage and a little bit of regen. And some strength. That would be very nice, I think, but I don't have much in the way of items I can equip that I could craft strength onto. So I'd have to specifically look for another ring with extra strength. Yeah, it's not a good idea.
Well met.
And Danig here, he offers to trade artifacts from his other 3 friends for artifacts from his doohickey. Damn it to hell, why do I keep saying doohickey? Well, I'm gonna buy this. Because what these three down here let you do is the scrap metal lets you trade with Rog to reroll his page of offers. Astrogali, our dice, lets you reroll Gwendolyn's page. And Exotic Coinage lets you reroll Tujin's page. And of course, you're able to buy... Ooh. Buy his friend's artifacts for his artifacts. I'm just gonna, really quick here, buy all of Tujin's artifacts from his artifacts. I like Tujin.
Survive.
He's a very good way to see here if I trade him that exotic coinage.
Always love these.
And he's got stuff like 5 alchemy shards, 6 of these screaming essences. Jeez. Fossils, weeping essences. It's honestly not a good reroll because he's got a lot of weapon, whetstones and armor scraps, but I do want this alchemy.
A little bit on the low side, isn't it?
Don't say doohickey again, Andrew. I will punch you in the dick.
A man's got to make a living. Try again, friend. Fine.
Well, this has been a long episode of just Township.
Watch your back.
But this was, I think, a good reintroduction to Lion's Eye Watch, as we have now entered a new part of the game. So, until next time, everyone, I hope you enjoyed today, even though it was a little boring and town talky. Until next time, take care of yourselves and have fun. Bye-bye.